You're in the show.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Jose Avendaño. I'm with Affordable Homes of South Texas. Welcome to the 22nd Annual Home Buyer Fair. This year, the fair is being held virtually due to COVID-19 pandemic. We didn't want you to miss out on an important information on different forms of assistance. If you are looking to purchase a home during this time, for our viewers, stay tuned until the end of the segment to see how you can enter to win a gift card. También vamos a presentar la información en español después del segmento de inglés, so no se nos vayan. Today we're with Esther Guerra from TNB Mortgage to talk about mortgage basics. Good morning, Esther.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Esther. Can you please give us a little background about yourself?
Sure. My name is Esther Guerra. I am the Vice President and Mortgage Sales Manager for TNB Mortgage. We are a division of Texas National Bank. I have been in the mortgage industry, banking industry about 6 years, but in the mortgage industry, I've been, not to give away my age, but I have been in it for about 25 years. And so have, have seen a lot of changes throughout the years, right? Where requirements were eased up a little bit and we're not as strict, to going back to requirements and regulations getting strict. Of course, after the 2008 mortgage crisis that happened. Mortgage is my passion. I love what I do. I love helping people get into their homes, making home ownership, dreams come true for first-time home buyers, or people that want to build a home as well. So that's a little bit of my history.
Thank you, Esther. So let's get into the mortgage basics.
Sure.
You know how sometimes buying a home can be very stressful, especially for first-time home buyers.
Definitely.
So, can you tell us some about what would be their first step when they're looking into buying their first home?
Sure. So really the first step that somebody wants to take, when you're looking into wanting to buy a home or build a home, right, is getting to know how much do you qualify for, right? Because most of the time, a lot of people are out there looking and they really like a home, and they're already making an offer, but when they get to the mortgage company that they choose, they find out that they don't qualify for that amount. So the first thing someone should do is get pre-approved, right? Get pre-approved. Find out how much you qualify for first.
Okay. So, of course, getting pre-approved is very important. But can you tell us about the difference between being pre-approved and what is it called? The
pre-qualified.
Pre-qualified letter, yes.
Sure.
A lot of people, especially first-time home buyers, they think once they're pre-approved, they're already approved for the mortgage. So,
right.
Can you explain that to us?
Yes, and so there is a big difference, right? Pre-qualified is you're basically just going to tell me as a mortgage lender how much you earn, right? And what your debt is. So you're going to give me a list of your debt and you're going to give me your income. And I'm going to, just pre-qualify you based on that information. Now, a pre-approval, I ask you to provide me copies of your pay stubs, copies of your tax returns, and I will run a credit report, because that's concrete information for me to tell you firmly, this is how much you are pre-approved for, right? And the reason why we say pre-approved is because there are other steps in the mortgage process that we have to verify. And then there's, another phase of the mortgage process that will tell you that now you are firmly approved, right? So there's pre-approval and then a firm approval.
Exactly. Yes. Mm-hmm. So you talked about credit. So, I mean, a lot of people don't know how important credit is, and keeping their debt to their debt to income ratio low. So can you talk about a little bit about that to us?
Sure. So how we determine how much a person qualifies for is, as mentioned, right? We have your income, and then we run a credit report. And so the credit report is gonna give us a list of your debt aside from the credit score, another category of credit scores, right? But that debt we take and there's a formula, a calculation that is taken, and there's percentages that we go by to determine how much you qualify for. So your debt and your income is how the debt to income ratio is determined. So of course, the more debt you have, the less you may qualify for, right? So you want to always try to keep, your debt minimal, especially when you know that you're going to be looking into purchasing a home, right? So if you know a year from now, you're already thinking, you know what, next year is a good year for us. We want to start looking to buy a home. Start looking at your finances and start checking to see, like, let me start paying off, right? So that way you'll have a better opportunity, to qualify for, an amount that you're really searching to get approved for.
Yes, that is very important.
Yeah.
So now that we're talking about first time home buyers and explaining to them like the process, the credit, and all that. What about first time home buyer programs? Are there any out there?
There is some really great first-time homebuyer programs. There's different type of loans out there, and there is, for some of these loans, right? There is opportunity for first-time homebuyers. So, for instance, conventional loan, which is your standard type of mortgage loans out there, they do have what they call a 3% down payment for first-time homebuyers, right? And then there's FHA that has a 3.5% down payment also. Of course, there's requirements for each type of program, right? And then there's USDA. USDA is a really great program also that, certain areas of cities that, for instance, outside city limits, if the borrower qualifies for a USDA loan, then that's 0% down payment, right? So there is some great programs out there for people that are buying a home for the first time with minimal down payment requirements.
I guess a lot of people have the impression that USDA it's for like rural properties or cities or farmland, but it's actually not. Can you
No,
explain a
it's
little
not.
bit about that?
Sure. There are certain cities, in our area. So like the smaller cities, let's just say Alton, right? Let's just Elsa. That the home does not have to be outside city limits. The home can be inside city limits, and it'll qualify for USDA. So it's a smaller cities, right? That that will qualify a home to be inside city limits that can go through that USDA program. So it does not have to be a rural. It does not have to be farmland. It does not. If there's so, if you have any more questions on that, you can always call us and we can, go more into detail with that. But it does not have to be always outside city limits.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So can you talk to us about TNB Mortgage? About do you guys about your programs, different type of programs that you guys offer?
Sure. So TNB Mortgage, we are a division of Texas National Bank, and we are a like mortgage company, right? And we offer all your different types of mortgage loan products. We offer we offer your conventional fixed products, your FHA, USDA, VA for veterans. We offer construction financing as well. And within Texas National Bank, we have a really great down payment assistance program that if a borrower qualifies for this down payment assistance, they can get up to $10,000 in down payment assistance, right? And that is a program that TNB, Texas National Bank, houses. We service those loans, and it's a great program. So these funds come from the state, so they do end if you're interested in buying a first time home and you want to find out if you qualify for this down payment assistance program, give us a call, right? We have our phone number on the screens. So call us and we can, determine if you qualify for this awesome down payment assistance that we have available to you.
Great, thank you. What about down payment requirements for the different type of loans that you guys offer?
So down payment requirements, for instance, as mentioned earlier, conventional, they have as little as 3% down payment for first-time home buyers, right? FHA is 3.5% down payment minimum requirement. We have VA for the veterans, which is zero down payment. And then, of course, the USDA, if the borrower qualifies for that program, it's also 0% down payment. There's myth a lot of times out there where people think that if I work with a bank, I have to do 20% down payment. That's not the fact. That's not true. We offer all different types of loan programs with a minimum down payment requirements for them. So if you are a first-time home buyer, call a mortgage lender, find out, right? There's many loan programs out there for you that will help you, getting into a home with minimal down payments.
Okay. Um, what about credit scores? Do you guys work with all credit scores, or there's a range of credit scores that the borrower would need to have?
Well, each program has credit score requirements, right? And so conventional, they have their credit score requirements. FHA has a credit score requirements, right? And VA does too, USDA as well. So the best way to find out, what you qualify for is to speak to a lender, because once you get into credit scores, it gets a little bit more tricky. And so each client, each borrower has a different, situation. And some may have, a lower credit score than other because of certain reasons. And this one has a higher credit score, right? But that doesn't mean that they won't qualify, right? There is options out there for people that don't have the high credit scores.
Yes.
Okay. So the best solution in that case is speak to a mortgage lender. Call one of us, so we can discuss your situation. Don't get discouraged. It's important just to call and find out, what are your options.
Okay. Okay, Esther. And then we have a question, Esther.
Uh-huh.
So do you recommend we shop around with different lenders, or all the mortgage products are the same?
Each mortgage company, we all have the same mortgage products, right? We have your FHA, conventional, USDA, VA. We all offer those products, right? Can you shop around? That is certainly your decision to shop around and find out, who who's going to help you. What answers are you getting? Everyone's going to discuss things differently with you. I think it's just mostly, who do you feel comfortable with? Um, in our case, Texas National Bank, we're a local community bank. We're going to be here. You can, somebody can come into our office at any time, and if they have questions, come in and talk to us even after a mortgage loan has closed, right? So do I recommend you go to, let's just say, TNB Mortgage, and then, go down the street to the other mortgage company, have them run your credit, and then you didn't like what they told you to go to somebody else and run their credit? No, you don't want to do that, because that will affect you.
Okay, great. Well, Esther, that wraps up everything. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was
Thank
great
you.
talking to you, and we had a lot of good information. Is there anything you would like to add very quick before we end?
Yes, definitely. I like to say, TNB Mortgage and Texas National Bank, as mentioned, we are a community bank. We're here to serve our community. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. There's the number there on the screen, 956-731-6841. We have, 5 lenders across the valley, in all counties. So we are here to help you. Give us a chance. We're friendly, we're knowledgeable, and we're just here to serve our community.
Thank you, Esther.
You're
So
welcome.
thank you again for joining us, and it was great information. And for our viewers, the keyword for this segment is amortization. Send an email to info@homebuyerfair.org with the word for a chance to win a gift card.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.